Hi guys, welcome back to Lee Valley and Engage. Slightly different video to normal. I'm doing a review on this Morley controller. This is the Vector 03 crawler. This is one that I have bought myself from what I've seen online and from the other reviews. So this is not sponsored or anything like that. This is just my own personal views and comments on it. Yeah, we'll get into a full look at it from when I've unboxed it to an actual review using all of the functions on it, which isn't a huge amount. This is a DC controller, and some of the little different things on it and my opinions of those parts. Please don't forget to comment in the below the video for any ideas or tips or points that you've learned from this video. Possibly also, can you? I'm not sure if this is a good format or whatever. So please, yeah, let me know on that as well. I really appreciate the feedback, and yeah, it'd be nice to hear of how you guys found this. So yeah, we'll now get into the main part of the video and see what I thought of this controller. Okay, so this is the Morley controller. I haven't unboxed it yet, as you can see. But this is what we get in it. So this is just showing you 100%. I've had a look in it. It's made sure it's okay. There's a bit of bubble wrap that actually sits on top of that. It's not just packaged like that, because obviously I've taken the instructions out. That also has the your invoice on it as well. Obviously I've removed that. And this is just a fairly simple manual. It just gives very basic information on it. How to connect it through with 2 tracks as well. Directs a lot to the Pico show you how booklets on wiring your layout, and also other little disclaimers that they have too. There's also a section about the CDU, because it has a built-in CDU, so that's pretty good, and what motors it can be used with as well. Also very important. And then yeah, just normal guarantees and warranties and the usual lovely stuff that comes with your products. So let's have a little look at what we got inside the box. So this comes with 2 walkabout controllers, which is highly useful. And this is a center off one. So we have there, it's a nice little click. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, basically that's what it is. It's just a center, and that plugs into the controller, I guess. And obviously you've got 2 of them, one for each, because it's a double track controller. And then we have the controller itself, which is nicely secured and bubble wrapped. I probably shouldn't have done that, but let's remove that box out of the way. So yeah, that's the controller. As you can see, it's all nicely bubble wrapped. That's actually the back. There's the front. This is the Vector 03, so this is the crawler version, which is supposed to be better for low speed control. I have seen another review, I think it's Model Railways Unlimited who did one of this, which wasn't a crawler version. Really good review, went really technical. I can't get that technical, unfortunately. So yeah, this is just basically what is in the pack, and yeah, the next thing to do really is to set it up. I can't set it up fully. It's literally just going to be 2 connections from each running line into the back. There's no point motors or anything. This is just literally just to get it up and running, get the controller a little bit of a play, inverted commas, and just to get both running lines going as well, give them a bit of a more operational test. As I go along, I'm going to open up the track sections, and once I get all the track section switches and lay all the track, this will become more of a fully fledged system. But for the moment, that's not where it's going to happen. I also need to add a 3rd controller onto this as well, which is going to be the Gauge Master one that I've been using pretty much all the time previously. So let's have a little look at this and see what it's like with the bubble wrap off. So here it is, completely unwrapped. As you can see, this is where the handheld controllers go in, and I think that's a switch that just literally just toggles you between this and the handheld, which is kind of useful because, let's face it, you don't really want to have both active at the same time, really, do you? I mean, imagine if you were standing at one end of the layout and someone decided to start fiddling with it. Anyway, there we go. So that's what it has already. Points and CDU ready, also there, and nice little touch here, the red reverse forward green. So that must light up when the track comes on, or when the power is on, and probably I would imagine lights up bright according to however the amount of voltage is running through it, or how high this is turned. Let's have a little look at the back as well. So we have, turn it the right way. Usual things. And then, yeah, so there we got the two tracks, obviously the outside ones, and then we got points and a DC accessory, which is a 1 amp accessory. CDU, it doesn't actually, it's interesting that it doesn't actually say what currents it is, whether it's AC or DC, which is rather strange, because I have seen stuff which mentions, the only thing I've seen mentioned is the DC accessory on their website and stuff, but it doesn't state that what the current is on the points. The reason why I say that is because on the back of your Gauge Master controller, which if I just get mine, I'll show you. It actually specifically states, if I move that out of the way, no, it specifically states that you've got 2 tracks, and it states that it's a 16 volt AC. Now, I know this says that it's for point motors like Hornby and Pico, specifically mentioned, and seat point motors. I know about the Pico ones. I don't particularly know about the Hornby and the. So maybe in the comments section, you can, if you've got seat point motors or Hornby point motors, you can feel free to comment and let me know what voltage they run on. But so I would guess it would be an AC current. Because of that, I have actually planned to run all of the point motors and everything off of the Gauge Master one when I get that up and running. So yeah, so it's a little bit strange. But anyway, that's roughly what's going on with that. So one thing that would be fairly useful if they actually put an AC on there to state that it was the correct current. Otherwise, I'm probably going to have to try and test it, which is probably not going to be the best of ideas, trying to shove something in those. So yeah, so let's have a little look at this now and get it all connected up. One other thing I would actually say, it's nice to see that these are very nicely tied up. I mean, that's got just a standard wrapping tie. These have got some nice cable ties on them, so that's good. Good to see they're all nicely tied up. But yeah, now I just need to get it connected on. It's just fairly screw terminals. We're going to make a bit of a situation. Well, not a bit of a situation. I've got 2 lines just ready and raring to go, so we're just going to screw them in and see how it works. So here we are. We've managed to set it up, so it's all nice and screwed in. And it's a very simple little system. It's a center off. So if I show you with this is track power 2, which is this running line where the B17 is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to show you this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move it forward. As you can see, very nice. The just moves forward. That's center, then back again. Yeah, fairly self-explanatory. I'll just show you with this one. So the other track as well. So just move the shunter forward. Bit too much there. And then backwards. Which isn't great because it seems to have stalled. On this supposed to be a crawler, I have noticed that under some of the things, I mean, that's not bad. Let's actually see, I mean, let's actually turn it down. Let's see the first point that this actually starts moving. So it's on now. There we go. And that is, well, it's stored now. It's about there. So it's not too bad, I suppose. Anyway, that's what we've done with that. So I'll have a little bit more of a test with it and we'll come back. I'll show you again at another point when I managed to do this more of a test. So I've had a bit more time with this controller since the last clip. And one of the other things I've done recently is I've also now added in the actual handheld controllers, which, as you can see here, this is what they look like. Very, very basic. It's literally just a mirror image of this, but it doesn't actually have any of the lights or anything on it. It is very much simply just a box with a wire sticking out of it. One advantage with this is that they actually have ridiculously long lengths. They've got about 2 meters of wire on them. So if you have a look here, you can see that's quite a length. So if you look over here, so this side of the sofa, for example, or this end of the room, I can actually reach that and very comfortably sit on that part of the sofa and operate it. So that's really good. It's very good. I mean, especially for filming and stuff like that, for some of these things, if I'm doing a running session and filming it, very, very good, because it means that I don't have to be stuck right next to this controller. I can use one of these handsets, or even have both the handsets right next to me, ready to go, and it should be fine. But let's have a look at terms of performance and things like that. So this here is a little 04 shunter. It's one of my best type of locos. What we're going to do is I'm just going to show, just switch it back to the normal controller so I can do it because I'm right next to it. Some of the performance on it. So that is stalled. That's probably not the issue with the controller. That's probably the issue with the track, really, and the loco. She's running along there very happily, and from what you saw on it that I showed you with the 08 shunter, that's the level of where it is at the moment. It's stalled again on the edge of the point. It's not really an issue, really. So it's roughly the same thing, roughly the same point. Now the thing is with the handhelds is that these little switches, these are very useful. Only one thing I can tell you at the moment is I'm not 100% sure which one is the one I'm supposed to be using. Put both of these on and see which one switches off. There you go, it's that one. So that's where it is on there. And again, just very simply, just turn it up and it goes faster. And then turn it down and it stalls. And that's basically that with the handhelds. So what we'll do now is that as we showed you the running capabilities of running slow, we'll now run a couple of locos round and show you what it can do with regards to multiple trains running. One feature I forgot to mention, this little light here, this is actually to show you that the CDU, this has a built-in CDU for the points, and that it is ready. It also serves as a good way of showing on. What we're going to do now is we're just going to run some of these trains now and show you what it does with that. So if I turn this controller knob, you can see that the light now comes on. Green for moving this way, and red for running in reverse. So now we're just going to turn it on. And as you can see, Allard, which is one of the old Graham Farish models, Bachmann Graham Farish models, and going for a spin with 6 coaches on the back. So that's making its way around the layout. What we're now going to do is we're going to do the other one. This is actually unfortunately set into reverse. And this is a modern day Farish Bachmann B1 tender drive. And that's got 5 coaches. So it's a nice little jog. These are set, let's have a look, these are set roughly to the same, well not exactly to the same, they're set both to the same. And there you go. As you can see, the trains are not making any real hesitations. I've done a few more. These are not the only locos that I've done. As you can see, there's quite a few locos here that have been tested. These range from mini tricks to original Farish to even more original into Paul-made Farish, and then there's some of the early models from Paul, the Paul factory. These are the modern locomotives. We've got Dapol locos that we've tried. All seem to come up very satisfactorily, work really well. Good in reverse, good in forwards. There's even a couple of Union Mills engines as well. And it's, yeah, I'm very happy, steam and diesel. So yeah, so that's the main function for that. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to bring both of these trains to a stop. Here comes the A4. And there we have it. So that's with 2 trains running at the same time. They're very nice as well in terms of their quality, in terms of their build. They do fit quite fairly comfortably in the hand. They are a bit thick, I would say. If you look at that in my hand, it's fairly, yeah, it's fairly thick. It's quite chunky. I don't understand why it is that chunky. It could be a little bit smaller, I would imagine, maybe. But that's just my own thoughts. Some of these stickers are a little bit coming off slightly, considering this is brand new. But then again, it's just a sticker. It's not too bad actually. I got this including post and packaging was £98. Which is very, very good. The performance from what I've seen of it so far is very good. I would give it a good solid 4 out of 10, maybe even 4.5 out of 10. It's working fine with all of my locomotives. I haven't managed to be able to do some proper crawler working on it just yet. The actual crawler and the standard version are the Vector, which would be the Vector 03 non-crawler. They're actually fine. They're very well. Yeah, they're the same price. So if you want to buy that one, you can, I guess, if you find this useful. Yeah, so that's basically this controller. This isn't exactly an amazing review on it or a full complete review on it. I'm doing all the metrics and everything from it. I'm not that kind of person. For me, I want a controller that just does what I want it to do, which is control trains and control them at varying speeds and actually be able to do it at a decent, you know, to make a decent slow speed. And from what I can tell from these are actually, they are doing that. Some of my locos do seem to be a little bit less noisy with it, which is good. And overall, I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with my purchase. This is, so yeah, I'm very happy with it completely. So overall, I would give this controller a good, I would recommend this controller. I would recommend it to others and say that it would be a good controller for it. This is recommended for, I think it's gauges Z to 00, I think. Not recommended for O. I think it requires a more. They recommend a more powerful controller, probably to do with the size and the amps, etc., and all of that. But yeah, I recommend this controller, and yeah, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.